Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Ed Buggs Show.
Are you ready?
Real talk, real people. This is the show where people just like you get to talk about the news and what's really going on.
Shout here.
Along with show producer Matt Moscona.
Biggest names in talk radio.
They tackle some of the hottest, most controversial topics that affect your life.
I don't agree with them all the time, but I appreciate the discussion.
Buckle up and get ready. Now here's your host, Ed Buggs.
Go on the bump to cue Ed.
Thank you, Matt Moscona, and welcome aboard the Ed Buggs Show. Real talk, real people. Good to have you here on 1550 AM WPFC. A special welcome to those of you joining us online at check that at edbugs.com. Again, that's edbugs.com. And those of you joining us on TV, we say hello and welcome on the Urban America Television Network. Matthew, I can tell by your choice of music this hour, you are ready.
It's a little edgy today.
A little edgy
You like
today.
that?
Yeah.
Went a little on edge.
Yeah.
Back to the rock roots. If you're feeling it,
No, I'm
give
feeling
me
it.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Don't criticize.
That's what I like about.
Don't
No,
criticize.
no, it was a compliment. It was a compliment coming. That's what I like about having 23-year-olds working around you. They
Almost
keep you
24.
almost 24 in
Well,
that age. They keep you, they keep you on edge. I'm not much older than Matt, but
Just like more than twice my age. Hey, but at least you still got stripes on your collar and on your cuff. Looking good over there with the. That's nice, man.
Thank
it's
you,
like
bro.
the
Thank you,
white
bro.
collar and the blue
well,
shirt.
see, but it's a good match.
It is.
Ed with the white collar, Matt with polo. You see?
I don't see the match. I tried really
What's this
hard to make that work for you.
No, it's just balance. It's just balance. That's all.
It doesn't make sense.
Just a little balance, man. A little balance. We got polo. We got white collar. It's all good. It's all
So
good.
you're saying
it's all good.
So you're saying I'm more of the blue collar and you're the white collar. Is that what you're saying?
No.
I think that's what you're trying to
Let
say.
it go, man. It's all good. It's all good.
So you're saying I'm not as good as you are.
Oh,
That's okay.
goodness.
I don't mind being.
I can't believe you
I
went
don't
there,
mind
man.
being blue collar. All right, just sitting up there in your fancy schmancy white collar with the stripes on it.
It's all good, man.
I'm just gonna sit over here and push my buttons.
Oh, God.
And do the best darn job pushing buttons I can do.
You blue collar guy.
Representing all the blue collar. I wish I'm gonna go home and dye this shirt blue because blue collar people can't afford to go buy
Oh,
blue
God.
shirts.
I lost it. I lost it about 2 minutes ago. That's great. Good stuff, Matt. That's why I'm glad. See what I mean? They keep you, laughing, and on a day when I need to laugh. To heck with the script. Let me tell you what happened to me today at the bank. I need a good bank. I got a rotten bank. You know what? That's why I couldn't find the real story I wanted to lead with today. That's been eating at me. That's been eating at me. Let me tell you what my bank did. I got a rotten bank. I need a new bank. My bank sucks. I got a horrible bank. I'm going to call the names in a minute. I got a horrible bank. You're not going to believe what my bank did to me today. Actually, it did it over the weekend. I don't like to date the shows because they may air, a couple of days from now, and it won't be on the same day of the week, but yeah, go ahead. All right, cool. Something told me, tell it. So I go to this bank on a Saturday. Let me back up. Friday, I go to the bank and I make a deposit, right? Okay. Saturday, I go to use the card. And this bank teller machine, it's a real big bank. I don't want to call their names yet. Their bank takes my card in, right? And all of a sudden, the machine turns into like a slot machine. And it says, we're not giving you your card back. Call your bank. Goodbye. So, well, wait a minute. What's this all about? So Monday, that was on Saturday. Monday, I call my bank. I say, hey, I talked to the lady I always talk to. I say, hey, this machine over at such and such a bank took my card Saturday and told me to call you. She said, well, hold on. She pulled it. I could hear the keyboard clicking. She comes back to the phone. She says, there's no problem with your account. Go get your card. That's on Monday. Well, I was busy on Monday. So Tuesday, today, I go to get my card. I go to the same location because there's a big brick and mortar with a lobby and everything else. Then out here they have drive-throughs with the machine that ate my card or kept my card. I go inside and the lady says, we have cut up your card. You have what? We have cut your card up. So what you mean you cut my card up? She said, well, it's bank policy. I said, whoa. Time out. My bank's telling me you made a mistake by keeping my card. Now you're telling me you cut it up? Well, yeah, that's a bank policy. I said, well, wait a minute, lady. She said, well, the card could have been lost or stolen. So? I came to get my card. Who gives you permission to cut up my card? Well, it's bank policy. I said, well, wait a minute, hold up, time out. I'm thinking to myself, be cool, don't be a butt, be cool. So I said to the lady, what's that?
Too late.
Too late!
No, you're being a butt already.
That wasn't being a butt. That's trying to get my card, Negro.
Well,
what you talking about?
If you're going up to the bank teller all yelling at her
it was not
like
a bank
that,
teller. Wait a minute. I said to her, wait, no, I wasn't yelling at her. I said,
well, you
I
were
want
just
my
yelling
card.
a minute ago. All right, go ahead.
See,
did you put your card in the ATM?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm coming to get my card.
Yeah.
I said, well, ma'am, I understand. I said, I need.
Oh, now you're all polite.
I said, I was never. No. I know. I owe no amends for this. I don't owe any amends for this. I was very professional. Kept my voice down. I said, well, ma'am, I said, can I speak to the manager? She said, well, I am the manager. I said,
Oh.
I said, well, okay, let's walk through this again. I come to your bank on Saturday. I try to use my card. Your machine says we're keeping your card. Contact your bank. I go to my bank and they say you should not have kept my card. There are no problems with my account, and now you're telling me you've cut up my card? I said, okay. Here's what time my radio show is on, and here's what station it's on, 'cause today I'm going to rip you. Oh. So now you know what kind of day what kind of day I'm having. What?
Who was it?
Hibernia National Bank.
They're the ones that cut up your card?
Cut up my card.
Well, are you mad at your bank too?
Wait, it gets better.
Okay.
Or worse. It doesn't matter. I've already cleared it, and it's already out there. Let it go. They're about to be bought out by Bank One anyway. I need a good bank. You know who I need? I need Bank of America. That's what we need down here is Bank of America. I was with them for years in D.C. It's a good bank. It's personable. Oh, man. I had no plan. I got a whole show planned here today, but these people so ripped me over cutting my card. Look, if there's a problem with the card, keep it, but don't destroy it. I feel better now, man.
You're going to go on with the show as planned?
Yes, the show will go on as planned. I had to get that out.
Or we're going to keep ripping on banks?
Hibernia National
I don't know. I just
Bank.
think it's a piece of plastic. You just get another one, another card.
Okay. We're going to talk during the break.
Okay.
All
just
right.
different perspectives.
Just different perspectives. Cut up my card, people. Cut it up. All right, I got show topic number one. You're going to love this one, and it's a question of honesty on your part. The Ed Buggs Show. Real talk, real people. Comes back.
Y'all know what the deal is, yo.
The Ed Buggs Radio Show.
Only place you gonna hit first and foremost, you know.
Never duplicated.
Thanks, Matt Moscona. Welcome back, everyone, to the Ed Buggs Show. Real talk, real people. A vision of Reverend Ralph Moore is what we are. Good to have you here on 1550 AM WPFC. All right, let me get into the first story this hour. Now that I've cooled down a bit over that rotten bank. Many of you may have heard that it's spring break time, of course. It's when college kids, get their spring break and they go out, and typically they go to the beach, or they go do the motorcycle thing, or they just, go to the Rockies, or just camp out and just cool out and goof off for a couple of weeks. But there is an unusual phenomenon this year of college students who are volunteering their time on spring break. Have you heard about this? Many of them are going to the hard-hit areas of the Gulf Coast region, hard hit, of course, by Hurricanes Katrina and Rita, and volunteering to spend their time helping to clean up. Now, remember a moment ago I told you our subject this hour has to do with honesty and you. Honesty and you. One of those college kids cleaning up in New Orleans was Trista Wright. Trista Wright, spending her spring break cleaning out hurricane-damaged homes when she discovered some unusual-looking paper in with some moldy plasterboard and debris, and she starts raking it out. It's by an air conditioner duct, and she keeps raking it out, and she realizes, hey, this is cash. Cash. Money. More than $30,000 of cash money hidden in a wall of a home that was destroyed by the storm. Remember, I told you a moment ago, this hour was about honesty and you. Now let me ask you something. Here you are in an old shotgun house, and for those of you who don't live in South Louisiana or don't know what a shotgun house is, that's one of those houses that's long and narrow, as in shoot a shotgun straight through it. You catch me. So here you are in this rundown, been hit by water, the roof's gone, it's all moldy, and many of you know that mold grows right up the walls, sometimes an inch thick. And there you are, just kind of, getting the stuff out on your spring break. You got the aspirator on, to keep the mold from getting in your lungs and your nasal passages. And you're just cleaning out this thing, man, and all of a sudden you realize, that's money. Would you turn that money in? Come on now, be honest. Would a part of you say, a part of your brain way back in the back, would there be a little voice that would say to you, is anybody looking right now? Is there a part of you that would ask, how much of this could I reasonably stuff in my clothes and not be noticed? Would a part of you think, wow, man, God is blessing me for giving up my spring break and coming down here to help these people? Would a part of you think, God helps those who help themselves? Would a part of you feel this is your reward for doing the right thing? Talk to me. Call me now in the 225 area code at 499-BUGS, 499-2847, 499-2847, or shoot me an email. Send it now to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. Now, you think about this for a moment. Even if you're my age, and that's not very old, but even if you're my age, 50 years old, okay, 51, you've been out of school for a while, but you can remember being a college student. You can remember living on some of us, a very tight budget when we were in college. So now You made a sacrifice. You came down to help these people come out of New Orleans, and you're in this old beat-up, rundown, waterlogged house, and there it is, in the walls, $30K. Essentially, you have two choices at this point. You have two choices. One, you can call for help and suddenly it's out of your hands. Or you can look for a container and try to haul it off. What would you do? What would you do? Talk to me. My number again, 499-BUGS, 499-2847. Now on this subject, like every other subject we talk about, I make it perfectly clear to you where I stand on the subject. And this is no exception. Now, you know the money's not yours. But you know, sometimes God has a unique way of blessing you. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you could be on the beach somewhere. You could have just gone home to your parents for spring break. But instead, you got out of self and you're working with others. And this could be considered a blessing. It could be. Now, let me not evade the question any longer. What would I do? Well, it's not my money. You know it, and I know it. It's not my money. However, it is sitting right there. It's musty, it's old. I'd have to clean it up. And I could probably use a little piece of it. So, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it home and pray over it tonight. And I'll let you know tomorrow. It's not stealing. The house was falling down. It's not your money. It's not like it's stealing per se.
If the house is falling down, it's not stealing.
It's not stealing. A hurricane came through. The house is all waterlogged. It's dank, it's moldy, it's dangerous. And it was sitting right there. $30,000. I would tithe on it. I'd put 10% in church. Oh, I don't know. So what about you? Would you turn it in? Would you turn in 25,000 of the 30,000? It wouldn't be like you stole all of it. And don't think of it as stealing. Think of it as manna from heaven. Just a little surprise manna in your life. Huh? Would you take it? There's no one else in the house. You're doing your job. You're helping these people. Sorta. You're cleaning up the house. And it's not like you walked into a bank. It was sitting right there, calling your name. I can hear it now. Psst, Ed, grab us. We're $30,000. We'll go to waste. Grab us. I can hear those dollars calling my name.
That's true. It would have gone in the trash.
It would have gone in the trash. Besides, bad people could have gotten that money. Mm-hmm. So by me getting the $30,000 out of a rundown, destroyed house in New Orleans, hidden in the walls, wouldn't the world be a better place because the $30,000 was in my possession? Huh? Why do I feel y'all aren't buying this? When we come back, I'll share with you what happened to this money and what this young Trisha Wright did. Plus, wait until you hear what the people who owned the home had to say about this. It makes you feel maybe this girl should have done what Ed was suggesting she do in the first place. The question remains, if you were on spring break from college, helping to clean up in New Orleans, and in a house you discovered $30,000 cash in the walls, would you turn it in? You're listening to the Ed Buggs Radio Show. Real talk, real people. We'll be back.
Initiate procedure.
You've got Bugs on your radio. Ed Buggs will be right back.
Thanks, Matt, and welcome back, everyone, to the Ed Buggs Show. Real talk, real people. It was all in $100 bills. Oh, all in $100 bills. Back at the bottom of the hour, we are, for those of you just joining us, perhaps only now turning on the radio, the TV, or the internet, we're talking about this 19-year-old college student in New Orleans on spring break donating her time to help people get their lives back together again. She's cleaning up in an old rundown house when she notices in an air conditioning duct and leading into the wall cash. $100 bills, y'all, as that song says. What song is that, Matt? $100 bills, y'all. What song is that? I forget.
There's a lot of songs that say that.
Yeah, but there's one in I forget. Anyway, so there's $100 bills, and I'm asking the question of you.
There's one I know that says $20 bills, y'all.
No, $100 bills, y'all. And my question to you is this. Put yourself in her shoes. 19 years old, spring break from college, 30 grand in $100 bills. What do you do? What do you do? Now, before I share with you what she did and what the woman who owned the house now says, which is more reason why I think it could have been a blessing meant for her, let me read a couple of these emails to you on the question, would you turn in the money or would you pocket it? Emails sent in to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. The first from Julian, who says, Ed, yeah, I would turn it in to my bank. He has capital letters, to my bank, and write into my bank account. It's an age-old rule, Ed, finders keepers. And in this case, the woman didn't even know she had the money in the wall. I'd keep it. Julian, thank you. Another email. This one from Ricky, who writes, Ed, I'd be eating good tonight. No way would I give that money back. The woman was out of the home. There was nothing left. I would consider finding the money a blessing if I gave up my time to go to New Orleans and sift through piles of crap. God wants that girl to have the money. Ricky. All right, Ricky. One other. I see coming in here. Yeah, here it is. One other email. If I can scroll up, I'll get to it. This is from Amy, who writes, Ed, integrity is what you do when no one is looking. Here we go. Integrity is what you do when no one is looking. Anyone with any integrity at all would turn that money in, especially considering you found it in a home that was completely destroyed and the owner was left with nothing. All right, Amy, voice of conscious you.
Debbie Downer.
Well, it turns out that the 19-year-old student who discovered the $30,000 in the wall in cash freaked out. Hey, y'all, come look! Hey, y'all, come look! She called her classmates in there. She called them in. All of them. Look what I found. Look what's in the wall. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, at that point, it was out of control. With all those people knowing about it, it's out. The word is out. These are college kids. They're texting around the country. Hey, guess what we find? It's gone. So they called their organizers who brought them in there, and they called the cops. The cops came and got the money. But wait, it gets better or worse depending on your perspective. The police run a check to find out who owns the home. The lady who owned this home was not there. She's out. Of course she's out. All of her neighbors are out. A hurricane came through here. Remember? They're displaced. They're all around the country. She's gone. She's just out of there. And the lady says, "You found what?" "In my walls." And the police said, "You mean you didn't know it was there?" And the owner says, "No, I didn't know it was there. However, this does make it mine, doesn't it?" And the cop said, "Yes."
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
That's what that girl gets for doing the right thing.
Oh! You know, I would never hit a person like that, but the owner did not even know the money was in the walls. So now, let me take you back to our original question with which we began this hour after I dogged out my bank. Now, knowing all the facts, do you think maybe, just maybe, had this been you discovering this money in the walls of this ripped out house, now do you think it would have made a difference? Now, do you think you just might have rethought? Now, do you think maybe 25,000 might have been discovered in the walls instead of 30,000? Talk to me. Call me now in the 225 area code. The number 499-BUGS, 499-2847, or shoot me an email. Send it to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. Now, I know many of you in your cars right now are saying, "Man, there's no way I'd turn that money in." Come on. See, you aren't the people. See, I can hear the phone ringing now, and I can see on the screen Matt's lining them up. But here's my point. The people who call, let me tell you who's going to call. People are going to call and say, "Oh, Ed, I couldn't take that money. It wasn't mine." Then there's people in their cars who will never call. They're smiling at themselves in the rearview mirror right now. Now they're laughing at themselves, slapping the dashboard, going, "Ed, you read me like a book." Well, our first caller is Ben, and we're going to Ben in just a moment. Our phone number, 499-BUGS, 499-2847, or the email address again is ed@edbugs.com. 30,000 cash, all $100 bills. Question is, would you turn it in?
Initiate procedure.
You've got Bugs on your radio. Ed Bugs will be right back.
Back at 2:41, 41 minutes after the hour. Quickly, let's go to the phones now at 499-BUGS, 499-2847. On the question, had you been in the shoes of this 19-year-old college student on spring break helping to clean up dilapidated houses in New Orleans and finding 30,000 cash in $100 bills in the wall, would you turn it over? Ben joining us now. Ben, welcome. You're on the air. Hey, Ben.
Hello.
Hey.
My only comment is the closing of every show. You say something about if you're living your life like there is no God, you better be sure.
Yeah.
I would hate to spend eternity in a bad place because I took some money there, Ed. So think about what you say at the end of your the closing of each show, and that has everybody's answers. Enough said. Let's go to the next topic.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate you. Another email, this one from William, who says, "Ed, anyone who would keep that money has absolutely no conscience. And finally, one last email I see here from WR, who writes, Ed, if someone is stupid enough to lose $30,000, I'm sure not going to be stupid enough to give it back. That money is mine, he writes. He adds, besides, I would be doing the woman a favor because the money probably had some of that Katrina toxic soup all over it. And it probably smelled badly, too. So if you think about it, I'm actually keeping her safe by not exposing her to it. WR, thank you, my friend. Listen, there are some comments I can share with you from the woman who owned the house. And this is kind of touching here. The cops, by the way, say it's not unusual to find medications or weapons hidden in the walls, but the homeowner, who does not want to be identified, says she suspects the money belonged to her father, who was wary of banks. He didn't trust banks. She says the home had been in the family for generations, and these are her words, and I quote, I had my suspicions about the money at wait, here it is. The police in this case said they had their suspicions about the money at first, but once they met the family and talked to the woman, they have no doubt she's telling the truth. She said her father grew up during the Depression and must not have told anyone in the family about it before he died. That's some old money. That's some real old money.
That's what I was thinking.
Huh?
That's going to be that's not going to have like the new color codes on the money.
No, none of that.
If you write if you took that to like a Circle K and
they'd never take it.
They try to make the little mark on it.
They'd look at you like
color.
They'd look at you while they slowly slipped the finger under the counter and reached for that red button.
Come on, this isn't even good counterfeit money. At least give us a better effort.
Yeah, come on, man, take that back. That's not money. What is that? Nothing. I'll be back. You'd have to go to a bank. All right, one other. Okay, look at these emails coming in. Thank you, people, at ed@edbugs.com. Quickly, one other one here. This is from Torrance, who writes, Ed, your story is incomplete. The girl returned $30,000 to the woman, but she found $100,000 in the wall. Needless to say, she looked a little chubby leaving the home and is now driving a new BMW. Let's get the facts straight, Ed. Torrance, you nut. Thank you, my friend. That's Torrance's little addition to the story there. How do you know it wasn't $50,000? Now, I know some of you are thinking, Ed, would you really take that money? I'm being silly. For the most part. You know I wouldn't take that money. I wouldn't take that money. I'll tell you what, though. If I was the only one in the house, and you know, I'm in there cleaning up or trying to, you know, whatever she was trying to do in the house, and I spot it, ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
You okay over there?
I'm okay. I'm sweating the decision here, man. Oh boy. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it back in the wall, except one big wad. And tonight I'll make a decision. And tomorrow I'll come back with the right answer. 30,000? And it's all in $100 bills. God, is this a blessing or is this a test? And then the poor lady who owned the house, who did not know it was there. I bet she'll be in church on Sunday morning. Lots more of the Ed Buggs Radio Show. Straight ahead, the number to call, 499-BUGGS, 499-2847.
That car next to you, what are they listening to?
You're listening to the always hot Ed Buggs Radio Show.
Go ahead. Let them cut in.
Thanks, Matt. This is it, the going home segment for this hour on the Ed Buggs Show. Real talk, real people. We're talking about this 19-year-old college student who I who discovered $30,000 cash in $100 bills inside a home, just a destroyed home that she was helping to clean up in the greater New Orleans area over her spring break. Let me talk about this for just a second, and then I'll put some closing comments together here. My hat off to those college students who broke the mold, who did the non-stereotypical thing to do on their college break, and that is feel the needs of someone else and respond to it. A class group of people, which was followed up by a class action on her part in turning the money in. We've had a lot of fun with this hour, because clearly, for some of us older than 19, it would have been a temptation. But let me tell you something. You know that old stuff about planting good and receiving good, or reaping what you sow? Let me tell you, the older I get, the more true that is. The older I get, the more true it is. Now, come on, face it. Who wouldn't like to stumble upon $30,000 cash and $100 bills and stick it in their pockets and walk away? But, you know, the reality is you don't just walk away. You don't. I mean, there are consequences to all our actions. There really are. Good actions, good consequences. Most of the time. I was one of those people for whom, for much of my life, if I walked past you and I spoke to you and you didn't speak back, I had a problem with you. I really did, because I spoke to you. You didn't say anything back. But it was later in life when one of my mentors said to me, Ed, if you spoke to them expecting some sort of reciprocal effect or them speaking back, then maybe you need to check your motives. Hello? That's what he said to me. He said, don't worry about their side of the street. Worry about your side of the street. You do the right thing. And don't worry about them. Because if you do, then you're getting outside what he called your hula hoop. That's right. Everybody remembers the hula hoop. You know, it was plastic, about this big around. Put that sucker around your waist and just keep it going as long as you could. Some people would have it on their arms, and other people would have it around their necks. But his motto to me was, stay in your hula hoop. Now, I know that sounds silly at first, but there are other interpretations of what he was saying. In this case, mind your own business. I'm reminded of a general manager I worked for, best general manager I ever had. Best guy I ever worked for. And once a month, he put a $20 bill on the table in the cafeteria. Now, there's 50 employees here. I had just gone to work for this guy, and one day, walking past the cafeteria, and said to somebody, I said, hey, somebody left the money on the table. And the woman said to me, don't ever touch that. I said, okay, what's the deal? She says, come here. She says, look, general manager's position is, if it's not yours, don't touch it. So once a month, he puts a $20 bill on that table right there to make sure it stays there. And I thought about it, and you know, the truth of the matter is, if it's not yours, it's not yours. Hello? If it's not yours, it's not yours. So while we had a lot of fun with the idea of finding $30,000 cash and $100 bills in this old beat-up house in New Orleans after the storm came through, the reality of the matter is it's not yours. And there are consequences for all our actions. So, if you find $25,000 in the wall, no. If you find the $30,000 in the wall, turn it in. You truly do reap what you sow. For those of you in television, thank you for being with us today. For those of you on the World Wide Web and on 1550 AM WPFC, sit tight. The next hour of the Ed Buggs Radio Show is about